Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the OTECH Pro webinar. So, yeah, it's a great day, a great Saturday, the 1st of March. So, we are in the 1st of March. And as Maddie said, things are warming up, and just good to be here again with to commune with our founders and affiliates, and also those who will be joining later. So our topic today is really massive. It said building clean and ethical technology for the next generation. So our brother Bob and Oliver are not here today because I think they have Bob mother-in-law, funeral is today. So we wish them our condolence and keep them in our prayers as they're doing what they are doing at this point in time. So we want to wish Oliver as well happy birthday, which is tomorrow, and our sister Ivy Mix. We just want to wish all of you, and we're praying for you and wish you many more years to come. So today, as our topic, we also commit our topic again. We're just talking about building clean and ethical technology for the next generation. So when we look at this topic, it's really massive. To build a clean and ethical technology for the next generation, it really needs effort. It needs conscious effort to design the solution and to prioritize everything, making sure it is sustainable, it is fair, and there's always longevity. All of these things must be in place. The fairness is something that we always think about, and then how you prioritize it, how you make sure it is sustainable. So I will leave it there, and I'll call, Mike Ellis to take it from here. So thank you, Mike Ellis, for being here with us.
Yeah, no, thanks, Collins. Yeah, it's a big topic, ethical technology, and really everything ends up at the technology. What Mr. Mufara is developing for each and every one of us, the technology is the key to everything. And I'll talk a little bit about that. But as I come here, I want to tell everybody that last week was an extraordinary week. It was a really, really good week. And I don't think many people really saw it or appreciated it. But when Mr. Mufara came on Chris's and Marty's live, it was an extraordinary moment because we saw a gentleman that's not running away from anything. He's always running towards something. And if you haven't listened to Mr. Mufara much, it was hard to see that. But as I listened and watched Mr. Mufara, I saw that he was running in high geared towards something. And it's a really, really big deal. And I try and bring some value, some clarity to the people that are listening, not only that have been here for a while, but the new people. We are in a position right now where it's a really, and that's why last week was so extraordinary. We're in a really, really cool position right now. And most of the people that come into Mr. Mufara's business, into Mr. Mufara's sphere, his universe, they've come in looking for a way forward to take care of some of those financial bottom lines. And when I think about that, the technology is key. If the technology is not there, if the products that Mr. Mufara is bringing out aren't the best of the best, if they're not at a lower price point, if they're not attractive, not just to a small market, but to a worldwide market, we really can't go very far from there. I can tell you flat out that he has the best products that have ever been created for the niches that he's in. And you have to understand what I just said. He has created. This is past tense, guys. It's a done deal. It's done. It's happening right now. That's why last week was so extraordinary. Everything that's coming, you can see it. I want to talk about Marty, Dan, and I. Okay, just very, very quickly. It's really, really funny. I have people come in and they'll ask me, they go, Mike, what do you think you're going to make? because everybody's interested about the money. What are they going to make? And obviously, I don't tell them. I just say, well, what do you think I'm going to make? And whatever they say, they're wrong, and they're way off base. But that's a good thing. And they go, well, I understand you and Marty and Dan, you've been doing this 6 years, you've been doing this for decades. You know what you're doing, you know how to do this, and that's great for you. Okay, yeah, it is. But we put the time in. Now, most people don't have the time or the inclination to do what Marty, especially what Marty's done. Marty's a nut. And Dan, I mean, who's going to put that kind of time in to develop the skill sets you need to do what we do online? Nobody. Brings me back to Mr. Mufara. And you have to understand, Marty, Dan, and I, we've been running forward for a very long time. We never look back. We know what we want. We know how to get there. And we've been running towards something for a very long time. Then we found Mr. Mufara. We weren't looking back. We were looking forward because he's way ahead of us. And it's a really cool thing to understand that someone has a vision that is greater than yours. And ours was pretty big, but his is way more than ours. And that he's running towards something. He's always moving forward. And that really is the key, guys. You have to move forward. Always move forward. And when I start to think about the gentleman who asked me, what do I make? What do you think we're going to make? What's Marty going to make? What's Dan going to make? It really is irrelevant, because this is what Mr. Mufara has done with the technology, with the tools, honest, ethical, clean, best of the best. And when you start to think about Ash's technology, he has put you in a position that Marty, Dan, and I are in today. In other words, when Mr. Mufara launches the products that he's developed, all the products are going to be there to be as good as Marty, to be good as Dan, to be good as I, to be as good as the people that are on this panel. And that's saying a great deal. And what that does for you, and this is what people, they forget to insert this in everything they say about what Mr. Mufara is doing in his business, is revolutionary. It has never been done. And if he hadn't done what he has done, again, past tense, it's a done deal. If he hadn't done this, you would not be in a position to be able to come in and to develop an online income that I believe will set you free in time. It really is extraordinary. Technology is a wonderful thing. But what Mr. Mufara has done with it, with the integration, with all the products necessary to market online, and then you start to think about what it takes to market online and the time it takes to develop those skills to be able to do that, from content development to follow-up to product and there are a dozen other things that go into it. This is what Mr. Mufara is bringing to the table. And I listened to Chris and Marty this morning, and they talked about Yemen. And I know a little bit about Yemen, very poor country, a little bit corrupt. And I listened to what these individuals were making. And this is where it gets so cool when you start to think about what Mr. Mufara is bringing to the table. I don't care where you are. I don't care what country you are. I don't care if it's a great country, bad country. It doesn't matter. Because of the products Mr. Mufara is bringing to the table, and this is really key, you're going to be able to take these products, put them together, integrate them, and put them to work for you. And Mr. Mufara hasn't left a stone unturned. Everything that we need to market online, and we could talk about marketing online for hours and hours. Everything you need to develop an online system that will bring in revenue, Mr. Mufara has put it together, he's integrated, and it is for you. Again, it always gets back to the technology that Mr. Mufara is bringing to the table. And then when you think about the technology, understanding that this isn't a poo-poo technology. This is the best of the best. And when you have that, all of a sudden, when you think about what you can put together and how you can market, and again, everybody can do this. Then you start to understand, because of the product side, because of the technology, because of what Mr. Move, because of how anal he is, and it has to be the best. It has to be better than anything anybody's ever thought about. Because of that, the world is going to rush in. And when that happens, because you're involved, because you're with Mr. Mufara, you're engaged with his company, because of that, because of how he set it up so that you can win, those commissions will come in, and over time you will get to the place. When we're talking about yen, you're going to get to that. I probably shouldn't say this, but I will anyway. You're going to get to that place very, very quickly, period. I know that. It's not even a question in my mind. I know that because of what Mr. Mufara has done. And when you get there, all of a sudden, you start to have a little bit of freedom. You start to have a little bit of mobility. You start to be able, you're able to dictate what you want to do in your life and how you want to do it. And when you get there, all of a sudden, and really this is, when Marty, when someone asks us about Marty, Dan, and I, what we're going to make, it really is irrelevant. The most joyous thing we will do is come in and show people how to take care of their life, how to take care of that bottom line, knowing that it's going to work 100%. And that's what Mr. Mufara has brought for Dan, Marty, and I looking forward. It's money. I haven't thought about the money for a very, very long time because I know it's a done deal. Not because of me, not because of Marty, not because of Dan, because of Mr. Mufara and what he's done. And then you have to understand that we had 6 years to do what we've
Ok,
done.
envoie un truc là.
There's Vincent.
Got him.
No, he's good, Chris. He muted. So we're in a really, really, really good place. What I want to share with everybody, if there's any angst or anxiety out there. So Mr. Mufara is going to bring this out. What do I do? What do I do? I'll be doing videos that Marty, Dan, and I talk about, and they'll be videos that will put you in a position to understand what you need to do, how you need to do it, when you need to do it. And we'll be doing them in series so that as we come out with the videos, you're going to understand the technology, you're going to understand the system, and you're going to understand what Mr. Mufara is giving you. And we're going to start doing that very, very quickly. What does that tell you? It kind of tells you my mindset, where I think we are and what I think is coming. And we're pretty good at this. Marty, Dan, and I, we're pretty good at this. We kind of know what's coming. And as we move forward in the next weeks and months, get ready. Everything, and I mean everything, is going to change. And you have to keep that in the back of your mind. Mr. Mufara hasn't gone through all this trouble to bring the same back to us. It's not. It's better. It's bigger. It's more beautiful. But again, everything comes back to the technology. Everything comes back to what Mr. Mufara has developed. Everything comes back because he is so anal about what he does. Maybe that's the wrong word. You guys can put another word in there. Maybe he won't like that word. I don't know. But it's a good thing because he's developed things today that are just so far superior. And guess what? You get to take advantage of all of it. You. And in the near future, we're going to come out and we're going to make sure you know how to do that, when to do it, and what to do. It's going to be a really, really fun time, and it's coming very, very quickly. Collins, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Hopefully that gets everybody started, and we'll go from there. Go ahead, Collins.
Thank you, Mike. That was a really great opening. You really touched a lot of areas, which is really, really good, because one of the key points I picked, he said, Mr. Mufara has not gone through all this trouble to bring same old, same old. So we cannot go back to where we come. It is bigger and better. And you talk about technology is the key. It should be more attractive, because if it's not attractive, what will happen? People will not even, look at it. So what Ash is doing is more attractive, and you said it is a done deal. He has already created. It's not like he is creating. It's a done deal, which, we must be excited. You talk about it is clean, ethical, the best of the best. All of these things are the reason why we are here, to be in a position where we can utilize, clean and ethical technology, a technology that will support everyone, is for everyone, and people can make what they want to make from it. Be it commission, can be usability of the technology to enhance your business. This is what Mr. Ashmufra is trying to bring to the world. So I will leave it there and jump to our brother, Chris Johnson. Take the floor.
Thank you, Collins, for having me. Michael, that was very good, Mr. Ellis. Wow, this is a really crazy topic, I think, for all of us. And Mike started it off pretty good. I'm going to take it, twist a different way. I think in the future, if you looked up clean, ethical, or even technology, there's probably going to be a picture of Ashma Farah there. I believe that with my whole heart because of what Mike just said, because of the technologies that he's doing. Technology has the potential for the force to be so good. From protecting privacy, from protecting your kids, from protecting everything. Welcome to Ashma Farah. This is some of his biggest goals, and his technology as clean and ethical and safe. We've noticed and witnessed over the last 5 years that a lot of technical companies were making, literally billions of dollars off all of our information. They'd resell it. And of course, no one really knew it or understood it. But then it hit the court system. We found out how corrupt some of these companies were, making money off people's information. This is one thing, clean and ethical, that's coming out of this company that'll never happen. I was extremely pleased to hear that. The safety of my data, the safety of my everything I have on internet through this company is going to be protected. It's not going to be sold, and you can't get any more clean and ethical than that. Like I said, a couple more years, I think you're going to look it up, and there'll be a picture of Mr. Ashma Farah with his family and his crew and his founders saying, we did it right. We did it right. We didn't go on. I go on Facebook or Instagram. I don't care if I say their names. It's public knowledge. They have all these ads for erectile dysfunction. I'm going to say it. And now they have a full pornography ad with that your 8, 9, 10-year-old kid can see. They don't need to see that. I don't want to see that. And that's never going to be done in this company. Other companies are making billions of dollars off gambling. All right. Ashma Farah said, nope, not in this company. It's going to be clean and ethical. They can go somewhere else. They want good and clean technology. This is the place to be. And I did write a few things down. Technologies empower individuals to navigate the internet safely while avoiding the potential pitfalls of surveillance. All right. Very, very important. If you watch a lot of things on TV, on the news channels, it's always talked about. Your right to speak, your right to have an opinion. A lot of those things were taken from a lot of people on those other technologies. Oh, no, you're not going to say that because we don't agree with you. Ash has an open mind. Ash likes listening to everything, which I call clean and ethical technologies. As long as it's to a pace where we're not. One thing that we're not going to do in this company ever is talk about someone's race in a bad way or their gender in a bad way, or whether we're fat, tall, skinny, or small. It's not something that we do. Me and Marty, we've been friends for a long time. We tease each other all the time about stuff like that. But in this company, that clean and ethical part about race baiting or whatever you want to do it, this is not a political company. It's a company that wants to help you build your future, your legacy through clean and ethical. How many people could say that? How many people have a job right now that there's things in that job that are not clean and ethical for the customers? Just don't worry about it. They'll never see it. Ashma Farah is the most transparent man I've ever seen, to a fault. Okay, to a fault. Another thing I want to talk about, clean and ethical technologies. This just isn't a business. It's humanitarian. There's technologies out there that will create clean drinking water for places that's never seen or heard of that. All right. Welcome to Ash Mafara. He wants to make it so the world, though not Michigan, not New Jersey, not Colorado, not anywhere. He wants it everywhere. Kids, women, men need clean drinking water. Look up the stats, how many people die a year from drinking nasty water because that's all they got to drink. Part of this huge humanitarian thing, Ash Mafara, with this technology is to create solutions for these individuals who never had a chance, who lost generations of people that died because they got malaria drinking this junk water. This is clean and ethical. I've yet to see anything in this company that wasn't clean and ethical. People say what they want to say. Ash Mafara has never said one bad thing in my book about people. He loves people. He wants to bring the world together through clean and ethical. And yeah, we all got our differences of ethical, but there's really only one definition for it. For my opinion, or my definition of ethical is do the right thing. Help out your brother, help out your sister. That's what these clean and ethical technologies that Ash Mafara is creating is going to do for all of us. I talked about that. I think I almost hit it all. And I could go on and on. I really can, but isn't it damn time that we had a company that did things the right way, clean and ethical, rather than a few guys that start a company and literally rape the world of their information and make billions of dollars, while those same individuals are suffering in poverty conditions like Yemen, like the countries we've talked about for the last 6 or 7 weeks. It's time for a big change. All right. Maybe you can't build a future for yourself, but listen to me. This guy, Ash Mafara, he's a hell of a guy. He's extremely generous and kind. And his kindness and generosity is going to be shown in the technology that he's creating for all of us. Collins Manor, that's all I got. Back to you, brother.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. You said a lot. Though you say, oh, you have just for you to say, but normally your short message was really precise and it was really nice because you're talking about, clean and ethical. We're talking about protecting kids. You talk about protection of kids. That's true because technology must be in a way that can protect children. Because you remember what is happening in this world, how many children are affected because of technology. So it is really crazy. So that protection of children must be there. And then you're talking about data privacy. People data are being sold. How many times you sit and they're calling you, you sign a document, you say, you know what? They say, tick that box. You don't need to use my data. Tick it, you take it. But the next day, you're having callers from customer service, different company calling you. Your data is not protected. Sometimes they even spam your car. Take your license and they know already where you are just to sell you products. So people are not protected. What if you are in a company that can protect your privacy, data privacy, protect your children, like Chris Johnson said, company that is there for humanity, human being first before others. We're talking about blessing people. That's the reason why Mr. Ash Mafara embarked on this journey. It's about humanity, bring people together, people who can come collectively to do something great for humanity. Thank you, Chris. So I will just jump now to our brother, Mari Digamo.
All right. Chris said you didn't have anything this morning. You lied. Anyway, it was very good. Yeah, we talk about clean and ethical. We can't be in a clean and ethical company unless you have a clean and ethical owner or founder or the man running the ship. And nobody that I've known, I'm 65 years old, I've met a lot of people all over the world. from rich to everything you could imagine in between. And I can name on one hand people that are anywhere at his level. He has the knowledge. He has what's needed to build something like this. And he has the heart. And the ethical part, I believe when it's all said and done, 5 years down the road, we might have a new definition of clean and ethical because it goes way beyond being honest. He had said one time, it's kind of strange that building something the way it should be this hard. Well, the reason it is everything is built the opposite. I want to give you less and charge you more. I want to, once I get you in, I want to resell you. You know, and this goes on and on and on for years. From, I know at least since online's been around, right? 1990, 1980s. And that's the part that always, there was always a hidden thing. Something was always hidden. And I remember working even alone. And then when I met Mike and Dan, everywhere we went, there was always that, in our conversation, this would come up. You think everything's okay? Or we'd always double check what we're in. We would always question things. I never had to do that in this company. And anybody watching that, you'll know what I mean if you've been online more than a month. We've been in companies and, wow, this looks too good to be true. And trust me, it was. We've been in companies that lied. We've been in companies trying to sell something that nobody wants. We've been in companies that weren't made to last. But when you talk clean and ethical, and I go do an analysis of Yemen, and to think if Ash didn't come along with this concept, they would never have a chance. There's thousands of years somebody could have did something. And when you look at it and you see that they get the same commission as myself or Collins or anybody here, when you make $60 a month in a world that has about 460 trillion floating around, and you've got a handful of billionaires that have hundreds of billions, the money's there. Ash invented an AI rake, and he's going to take some of that wealth and distribute it to where it's really needed. $30 billion and you could end hunger. 30 billion. Some people could do that and not even realize they spend anything. It's really sad. It shouldn't be that way. I believe part of ethical is we were told from the very beginning, you are your brother and sister's keeper. You should be helping. If you can help, you should be helping. It's a commandment for the least of these. Take care of them. And that's not, love thy neighbors, not next door. It's not only that, your neighbors across oceans. The one thing about the internet is we took down all the walls and water and thousands of miles instantly. I could talk to anybody, anywhere in a second. They all want the best thing for them. I went to Russia. I was sent to Siberia to work, I actually was living an actual joke. So I got sent to Russia, and in my mind, now I went there in 2021, right before what happened in New York City. And all we ever heard is the evil empire. So in my mind, I got to be ready. I got to have my guard up. That's all I ever heard. It was fed into my head. I land there. We're driving down these beat up roads. And I went back to 1940s, without a doubt. Women were on the side of the street selling peanuts and sunflower seeds. The cattle was just walking around. There was not even any fences. They want to walk across the street. They do. And when I got there, the first thing I really noticed, Obviously, they didn't speak English, and definitely I didn't speak Russian, but the hospitality was amazing. They grabbed your coat and they're telling you to come here, come here. They want to feed you something all homemade. And I said, oh my God, somebody forgot to tell these people they're the evil empire. They don't even know it. That's how sad it is. And they made $100 a month. The people running the company were multimillionaires by far. And they treated the employees horrible and all that. And I thought, even back then, even before I got in, online marketing and all, I always wondered if it's got to be better. I mean, who am I to make a difference? But you keep pushing forward and you believe there's something better. And we came here to the most clean and ethical man I've met online by far. And it fell right into place for myself, Mike and Dan, because this is what we were looking for the day I met Mike Ellis. Guarantee it. Now, did we know it then? No. We knew what bad was because we're swimming in it every day. We knew what wrong was. And then I got that evil, nasty comment. Marty, you could be a millionaire, but you got to stop caring about people too much. Oh, I thought then, what kind of freaking statement is that? And it was somebody that played the game with people. Oh, Julie, Freddie, you're doing such a good job. Keep it up. You're going to, and I'm thinking, you freaking liar. They have no chance of making it. Zero. None. What did Ash do? He's what you call a master distributor, which means he's in high demand all over the internet. If Ash said, I'm free, they would move him to the top, which is illegal most times, but they can do what they want. And he would say, I want to boom, and he would blow that company up. Now, a lot of them couldn't last because they weren't structured right. So they would fail and Ash would move somewhere else and rebrand again. He could do it. He hated it. Much bigger scale than me, Mike. I mean, me, Mike, and Dale. I'm not even comparing to that. But because he took that road and he had compassion, when he said to his wife, the only way this is going to work is if I do it myself. And oh my God, they knew it would be rough. And God knew he's the guy to do it. No doubt about it. But it was much rougher than he thought. There was much more corruption. Even internally, could you imagine being friends and taking care of people and looking them in the eye and treating them like a brother and sister, only to know that at night they're sharpening an axe or a knife? We don't know who it was or what it was, but it was bad. And what did he do? What would a normal person? He said in the live the other day, I had every right at that point. White flag, I'm done. I can't do anymore. We were beat down to the freaking ground. We were imploded. We imploded. We're dead. What did he do during that time? Now, I guessed this, like Mike said, I don't know why, but we were very good at thinking we knew what was going to happen. A lot of times we're really close. So it's like, wow, that's crazy. But I thought about a year and a half ago, Ash is working on something else. Because what I see, talking with Mike, talking with the OTECH pros, something doesn't make sense. Then I thought, how could he do that? He's working 20 hours a day now, 7 days a week, sacrificing his wife, his family, all the money. How could he possibly go and start working on something else? Because he's asked me to move far and he's clean and ethical. And he made a promise. Wow, isn't that unique? He made a promise that he wants to keep. He was asked a week and a half ago. Some people here were in that meeting. They asked him, everybody says, are you ready? Are you ready, Ash? Are you ready for what's coming to you? First time in my life, Ash could not think of what to say. and he kind of looked down, he blinked a couple of times like a computer would do if you unplugged it and plug it back in. He was rebooting. The reason he thought that was he wasn't in the equation. It totally just blew him away. That's how you know he is what he is. And that's why all of us here, me and Chris, Mike, hundreds, thousands, a few thousand people push this so hard every day. You know why? Because the next time I meet somebody from Yemen, I want to know that they're starting to get commissions. Next time I meet somebody from Zimbabwe or India or any of the 50 some countries in Africa, I would love a year, 2 years, 3 years to meet someone and say, you know, I saw this through Collins Manna or Vincent in Africa. They shared it with me. They even gave me they give me the conferencing, they paid for the beginning, and all they asked me to do is shout it from the rooftops. That's all they asked me to do. And we are going to paint the world a different color. Could Ash be one of the richest men in the world if he did it the other way? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But instead of him being worth $100 million or $500 million, 250 million of it, he's going to give it back. And that's a lot. That'll change the world. That'll change a lot of people's world. And that, to me, clean and ethical is the poster child for what this is all about. And if you're watching this from the outside and you're going, well, I just don't know. Hey, do yourself a favor. You don't know who I am. I could be lying my behind off. But don't be foolish enough not to come in and look at it for yourself. Because nobody's going to pressure you. I don't need to pressure you on good. I don't need to sell you on anything. Somebody said, well, how are you going to compete with the 5 big boys in video conferencing platform? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we have a higher technology. We have more functions. We're 20, 30, 40% cheaper. And if you share it with anybody in your family or friend, they'll pay you a commission. How good of a salesperson do I need to be to do that? You know how many people we could bring in no connect? I mean, the conferencing platform, whatever it's called, without marketing? 10,000. Directly and indirectly. Why? You can't go to a conference platform by yourself. Somebody's coming to see you on the other side of that screen. And everybody I know are nosy, nosy, nosy. They're going to look at the buttons at the bottom. Hey, what's this? What's that? What's it? You give them co-host and set them free. They go, you know, I got Zoom and I pay this and this, or I got this and I got, yeah. What is this? Oh, this small one, 500 people, blah, 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 blah. What's the price? Boom. You got to be kidding me. Can I get it? I didn't sell anything. Open the door, build it, and they will come. Just like Field of Dreams. Build it, and they will come. By the carloads, by thousands and hundreds of thousands. That's why during this journey, learn what you can, be what you can. I remember a time, I think me and Mike were already together, and somebody asked us, he wasn't a marketer, I hate saying that. He was online wanting to be a marketer, so he's losing money. He said, you know what I hate? Well, I think he said it to Mike, if I remember right. What I hate is when people ask you, how much are you making? What do you do when they say that? I've said, nobody asked me that. Ever. I don't understand why. Because it's my conversation. You talk where you're going, not where you are. Don't talk temporary. Temporary, I'm in a bad spot. I'm talking like I'm successful. I walk like I'm successful. I am successful. And the person talking to you, they believe you are too. And you never ask a rich man how much money he's got. Whether it's rich in giving or rich in money, whatever it is, you never ask that question. Ever. They're asking because you walked in with your tail between your legs, your head is down instead of looking up, and you're saying words Well, I think, and I hope, you're telling everybody, attack me, please. So in this company, I've been that way for 6 years. Well, I've been that way before here. But this makes me walk taller, more confident, more whatever. And I see it on everybody here. Everybody here, I've seen a different person because you're starting to know the journey is preparing us for where we're going. It's the most valuable thing we could have done. If anything happened sooner, what would have happened? And if the bad didn't happen, what would we do with unethical, some people, when we're worth $50 billion? Perfect. And if Ash can make that statement, I'm glad it happened, and we all know he's from a different planet, we can at least follow. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Oh, Maddie. Maddie, thank you. No, thank you. You've said a lot and just enough. We can just pack our bag and go home. But we still need to continue to hear from the other speakers. No, Maddie, you touched a lot of points. If the bad didn't happen, what the company would have kept, the same people. So thank God that it happens so that the house can be cleaned. So we have that. That's where clean and ethical comes. It's about cleaning the house. Make sure what you want to deliver, people can respect it. People can believe you. They know this person is an ethical person. You touch a point. You said, we cannot talk about clean and ethical without talking about Mr. Ash Mofara, because he is a symbol of clean and ethical. And one day people will realize that he is an honest man. You touch about throwing the towel, because he said, when he came to your life, he said that was a great opportunity for those who want to go away, to disappear, to say, yes, you see, it happened, so it's not my fault. Bye. These are the people. Bye. A lot of company will disappear at that moment because they are looking for escape road. And that would have been the best escape road for Mr. Ash Mofara. But he decided to stay. He said, you know what? It is either I do it. I was born for this. And you talk about, he talked about pay less. He's building a company that you would do less, pay less, and earn more to help humanity. That's clean and ethical, because if you don't have that mindset, most business will want to take me, just for myself. But he said, how can I build a system that you will come in, just do less, pay, you earn more of high quality technology. You are paying less for something that is so valuable, so you can take that remains to bless others. That is something, that is the biggest concept. Most companies, they take more. Any add-ons you have to pay. Any add-ons in technology you have to pay. Even what we are using now, if you see any add-ons, you have to pay for it. They give you just the basic, and any add-ons you have to pay. Mr. Ash said, take it, I will give you. There are things that we don't need to sell. Not everything we have to sell. That's someone who is pure in his heart. He just wants to help people. Just think about how many people, those who came in when we had O-Trim. There are people who were using O-Trim for free to enhance their own business, giving you a multi-billion-dollar company for you to enhance your business for free. No company will do that, because remember that those engineers who are building this technology, they are being paid. How can they use their time? You pay salary, pay everything, and say, you know what, this technology is built, let's give it for free. Sometimes you said, are you really stupid? Because you are paying a lot for enhancement and all of those things. This is not cheap. But he said, you know what, not everything will make money. So Maddie, I just want to thank you for all what you have said. And I'll just jump to our sister, Jean Oliver. Take it from there.
Thank you, Collins. Thank you, Mike, Chris, Marty. Oh, it was awesome. When I think about this topic, pardon me, building clean and ethical technology for the next generation, it just made me think about my parents' generation saw the development of the computer, and my generation saw it develop further and further, and my daughter's generation has never known a life without technology. So it's really, really interesting to see it. And what's happened is, over the course of this time, we've seen that greed and corruption has taken something that was developed for good and twisted it. And you know, you have, as Chris had said, you know, you've got the selling of data, you've got the misuse of it, you've got invasion of privacy, you've got corruption of children, you've got all these things happening. So being a part of building and providing a clean and safe space for people to do business and to connect with others is huge in regaining trust and this belief in goodness, creating a new world for our children. It's absolutely critical. It's critical for our mental health and for fostering genuine creativity to solve future problems. You know, if you don't have people being able to think, I mean, I had a conversation with my daughter last night, and I was debating whether to mention this, but I think I will, because she's part of this next generation, the youth. She's 25 now, and someone that uses her devices a lot and all that kind of thing. So I was talking to her last night about this topic. Just I mentioned the topic. She knows about this company, but she's not necessarily in it, right? She's sort of just on the periphery. So I just mentioned it, and her first knee-jerk reaction was, tech, I'm going to read it. Tech should go away. It has been too enabling. ChatGPT is the worst thing. There's no real creativity anymore. It's too convenient in a consumer world. It's taken the personal element out of things. In the next breath, she said, you know, we were talking about ideas for tech. She said Androids and iPhones and, you know, other types of phones should be able to interface, share location, and FaceTime across operating systems without using an app to do it. So in one breath, she's like saying, this is, you know, this is corrupting people. This is making people less able to reach their full potential, and seeing the benefits of technology and wanting it to be better. So it was really fascinating. So what we need to do in this company is to build a platform, to build something so clean, ethical, and something that fosters creativity while not stripping away our ability to think. Right? We want it to, like what Ash has said, giving people time and financial freedom is going to free them to live very real lives, going out into the real world and helping people, and, you know, I'll say digging in the dirt and being in nature and helping our fellow man, right? So she and the generations after her are who we really are building this for. And so if we can create something that is going to make them trust again in a platform that is not only going to not corrupt them through everything that Chris mentioned, all of the darkness and all of that, you know, we are creating something that is going to be the replacement, the correction to all of that, so people can shift over into a new way of being. And Ash, because as Marty said, he is a clean and ethical person innately, so everything he touches and everything he creates is going to be that by its nature, right? So I was really, it really took me aback when she said that last night. I was not expecting that, because this is a girl that's like this, you know, she's in her device. So for her to say that shows that it's really important that we create something different, because they're looking at what's out there and they're saying, this is maybe not such a good thing. We need to be careful here. And so it was just really, really fascinating. And I'm, the bottom line is I'm just so proud to be a part of that correction, to be a part of something that is creating something completely new. And we, as Mike says, we know it's not going to be the same old, same old. It's not even going to be what we originally thought it was going to be in the beginning, because it has had to change and shift. So we are part of something so like just otherworldly and transformative, and it's going to be a safe and ethical place for our children and their children. So I hope that was on topic. I always wonder if I'm going off in some direction, but yeah, what a wonderful place to be. And thank you, Collins.
Oh, Jean, thank you. You touched a lot of points, and I really, your daughter really said it right. It was really true because she is looking at the side where technology is more destructive, and is looking at the positive side, the bright side. What if they do it like this? What will happen? And that's the direction Mr. Ashmufara is going. He is looking at how do we make people's life better through technology instead of make it worse. Like make them lazy. Talk about creativity, genuine creativity, building technology that can foster creativity instead of people relying on technology, just like, okay, let me go ChatGPT, give me the answers, exam, give me the answers. So your mindset, your brain cannot function because everything is there for you to grasp. So that's where your daughter is looking. We want to be active, we want to be proactive, technology to be part of helping us to grow rather than making us lazy. We want to think for ourselves rather than being a robot where they say, go here and go here. And this is exactly what Mr. Ashmufara is doing, making us human again. Where we are humans, let us be human again and take things away. Technology is technology. Yes, use it, but we want to be human. So I'm really happy that you brought this up. We want to be part of the correction, to the corruption. We want to be part of it. See technology enhancing our lives rather than destroying our lives. So thank you. And I'll go to our brother, Piet.
Hey,
From there.
I am excited. Yes, it's about time, y'all. It's about to go down. Now, check this out. Happy to be here. Chris said some very amazing things. Mike, love what he said. Gina Leva, oh my goodness. Marty, listen, guys. I represent a lot of people in this world, thousands of people who is very intimidated by technology and very reserved and very, I would say, slow to dive into technology. When I hear the title and I hear what's been said so far, I think of the word options. I think of the word options. Now, 20 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, when I heard the word tools, my knees started shaking. My feet felt like they were numb. My hands were trembling because tools mean that now I have to get into this technology that I did not like so much. I was afraid of it. I would get a phone. I would say, son, how do you do this? Daughter, how do you do this? All right, so maybe some of you guys had no issue with that. Marty's a smart man, so he can do all this stuff. Collins, probably no issue at all. I had a problem with all that techie stuff. But let me tell you why ONPASSIVE is so amazing, why this company is so incredible. Let me tell you why this movement here is so amazing. And Marty touched on this a lot. Marty would say, we have tools. We have the tools that will set you free. But let me tell you what I like about what we're doing here. The option is that you can actually, and I've heard Ash said it too, you can sell the tools. If you want to sell the tools, even if you don't want to use them, you can sell the tools. That's one option. Two, you can use the tools and sell them. That's option two. Option three, how about this? You can let the company use the tools that are already effective and bring you targeted traffic. That's me right there. Now, doesn't mean I won't try to explore and learn some things, but the company's saying you have options because there are people like me, when they hear tools now, they're thinking, oh boy, I got to learn this. Training, how many days? 5 days? What kind of tools? See, I remember the days when I started a company and I was told to get an autoresponder. I didn't know what it was, but I got it anyway. Then they said, you will get an AWeber. So I didn't know how to now put the leads into the AWeber, and then I got to make a campaign and then set the days, once a day, twice a day. I'm thinking that's more tools than getting lead capture page. What is that? And then you may need to get a funnel. Tools. Many people, when they hear tools, they're thinking, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So after I learn all these tools and these things, how do I now train the other person to do that? That took me 2-3 years, and I still was effective. So here's the caveat. Here's what I'm so excited about what we're doing here. You can come in as a brand new person. You could be as techie as Mike and as Colin and as Marty, and you feel comfortable. And it can be just like me. I mean, look at my background. Look at my background. I'm a regular guy. Nothing's spice about my background. And I can still win with this company. That is incredible. I could be from Yemen. I can be from Ghana, Jamaica, India, Pakistan, Japan, and I can win in my little corner because of what this company is doing. That to me is incredible. So if you're watching this, if you're new and seeing this for the first time, notice you have the most amazing options here in this company. You can sell the products because somebody wants them and need them. You can sell them and use them like Marty and Collins and Mike. And you can do both. Or you can just let the company go to work for you. How much easier and better do you want it? God bless every one of you. I yield.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you very much. That was amazing. That was really amazing. Like you rightly said, when we hear about tools, even from the beginning, you hear tools, everybody, you must be scared because you say, what is this? Is this something I'm going to use to dig the farm or what? You think about many things in your head, but you talked about, the regular marketing, which Maddie have done, Mike Ellis, all these guys here, most of them have done it. And they know how difficult it is for you to even do that. They're really good at it. So imagine those who are expert, Maddie Digamo, Mike Ellis down street, they are expert, but they can still tell you how difficult it is to make something out of it. It's so scary. But now Mr. Ashmufara took everything down, turned it, and said, you know what? We can do everything for you. You don't need to be a marketer or an IT engineer or anything. We can just put everything. Your own is just to come in and benefit from it. You can come in, as you said, you can come in, you sell the tools, and you earn from it. You can do both, or you can use it without even selling. Whatever you choose to be ONPASSIVE is, this company is for you. This company is just for you. Whatever you want to be, the system doesn't look at where you're coming from, as you said, from Yemen or from Africa, which corner. Doesn't think if you are poor, you are rich, you are short tall. You come in, you'll be successful, and everything is there for you to be successful. It's not like any other side where you go and you struggle. The top go higher and the less. All of you are on the same page just to learn it. Just know the system. Click and go. That's it. Just thank you for bringing that again. It was really amazing. And that's why Mr. Ashford designed this company for everyone to be successful. Maddie, Mike Ellis, Chris Johnson, they had said, they have said it so many times. That everybody can win. If it was what Maddie, Chris, Maddie, Mike Ellis, and downstreet are doing, I don't think many of us will be here. I will not be here because I can't even do it. There is just no way I will stand a chance to even do this. So I'm just happy. So Mino, do you want to say something before I go to my brother?
Of
Vincent?
course, yes. For those of you who are watching this program, we want you to know that following Mr. Ashmufara's leadership in this company, we are committed to ethical and responsible technology that empowers, uplifts, and connects us rather than exploit or divide. This is a technology that is driven by humanitarian values, a technology that is built on a foundation of trust, fairness, and sustainability. Our next generation deserves a world where ethics and innovation go hand in hand, where integrity shapes every line of code, where progress is measured by positive impact it leaves behind, join us on this all about inclusivity movement and build lasting legacy. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Milo. That is it. You just said it all. That's the reason why Mr. Ashford built this company, inclusivity, and humanity. Bringing diversity together. That's just all. Bringing people together is one of the most powerful things. That is the beauty about this company. People from all walks of life, from different backgrounds coming together just to look at this and say, you know what, there is something here we can use to bless others. That's the beauty about this company. And Maddie said, the journey, if you miss the journey, you will never enjoy the joy. Whatever you see means nothing, because money cannot buy this. The community, the ONPASSIVE community, this is something that money cannot buy. If you ask me, what is the biggest achievement of Mr. Ash Mufara, is to bring the biggest achievement to me is the people that you've put together, the people that he have tried in his own way to bring them together, like Mari Digamo, Chris, people from different walks of life. We know people across the globe now, of which without this company, there is no chance I'll even know Madi, know Chris, know all of you here. There is no chance. So that is the biggest plus of Mr. Ash Mufara, bringing people together. Money cannot buy this. That's the beauty. I spoke to Oliver last night. We're talking about this, about the community that Mr. Ash Mufara have put together. There is no amount of money that can replace this. Whatever we'll achieve again within this company is a bonus for all of us. We talk about it. So, Maddie, Mike Ellis, come back to you. Do you have anything to say? Mike Ellis, yeah, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, Collins. Just very, very quickly. I want to touch on what Keith had to say and what you had to say about what Keith had to say. And I want to emphasize that Mr. Mufara's business is not a passive business. In other words, you can't come in and do nothing and expect something to happen. That's not going to happen. Again, everything's changed. It is not a passive business. You have to come in and you have to participate. You have to engage. You have to do a few things. They're not hard. They're pretty easy to do, but it is your business and you have to put it together. And then I want to touch on something I heard the other day, and Keith hit on this a little bit. In order to get out of the mundane, in other words, if you want to get out of the rat race, if you want to change your life, if you want things to be different, you have to have something to sell. And I know that's a nasty word for most people. They go, oh, geez, I don't sell. I don't know how to sell. I've never done that in my life. In order to really benefit your life, you have to have something to sell. It brings us back to Mr. Mufara, his technology, and just how good it is. Superior technology, best of the best at a lower price point. If you have that, as Keith said, people will rush in. Absolutely, they'll rush in. But this is where the perfect storm comes in. And for the people that are on the outside looking in, or the people that are on the inside quite not sure what they're looking at, this is what Mr. Mufara has done for each and every one of us. We have the products, we have the tools that we can put together and put to work for us. And when you put that together with the products that Mr. Mufara is introducing to the world, all of a sudden, yes, we do have a perfect storm for you. You will be able to come in. You will be able to develop an online income. And over time, you will be able to take care of that bottom line, and I believe become financially independent. So I just wanted to say those few things, Collins. Everything here, everything that everybody said here, absolutely awesome. A great conversation. I hope Jean is okay. She fell off her chair and hurt her leg. I hope she's going to be okay. But terrific webinar, and thanks for inviting me. Look forward to doing more. Collins, back to you.
Oh, thank you, Mike Ellis. Thank you for that. I like the point, the fact when you mentioned, he said, it is not a passive. You must come in and do something because the tools and services are there. So for those who say things passive, no, things have really changed. It is not passive. You come in, you participate. The success is in your hand. So let me go to my brother Vincent, because you've not said a word. Vincent, say something to us.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Collins.
Yeah.
And thanks to all the speakers. They did a great job. So it let me not saying too much because they said everything. Thanks, Marty, Mark, Chris, Keith, Mino, and Jean. So thank you all for this great webinar. So it's a great afternoon. So I learned also a lot from today. I learned also from you as well. So it's a great. So when you say our topic, building clean and ethical technology for the next generation, that's great. So we're talking about building a clean company, so a clean technology. So building a clean technology, this is what Mr. Ash Mufara is doing, because all the technology that Mr. Ash Mufara is building is based on the recent and latest technology in the world, such as hottest topic when we're talking about artificial intelligence system. We're doing that because based on that, most of the ecosystem when technology that Mr. Ash Mufara is building is also embedded with artificial intelligence. So all these things that we is doing is based on that. So it's a clean, it's a clean company. It's a clean technology that is building. The technology of our let's say our century, because this is what the hottest topic in terms of technology. One is also building also in terms of also ethical way, let's say ethical technology. So in ethical technology is addressing issues, most of the issues in the ethical technology today. We talk about data privacy, data privacy, or even also what would say data security and also data protection. This is what Mr. Ash is building today. So all this is addressing all these ethical issues that we are facing. Even the issue like cyber security, this is also the ethical issues. So Mr. Ash, he knew all this and then he's addressing all this. So this is the issues that maybe many of us we don't know, but Mr. Ash is know that and then he's doing that. And then this is addressed, part of the new technology that is building, because you can't build new nowadays technology without addressing those issues. So it's well addressed for those as well. We should not worry about that in terms of private data privacy, in terms of security, cyber security, data protection is all addressed. So it's part of what he has built as well, and then he's continue doing that as well. So when we go to new technology, building a clean technology, so those technology that is building is also going to impact the world, because as I said, the technology is above the market value, because all this technology above the market value is going to impact the world, because in what I'm saying, impacting the world is in a positive way, because it's going to address issues that the world is facing. So today, we have so many issues that the world is facing. This technology is going to also address that. Someone recently, I met some university student, and then they were talking about artificial intelligence, that, oh, artificial intelligence is going to wipe all the jobs in the world or this. I said, no, you should not worry, because artificial intelligence, what people need to know is to learn new stuff, new thing coming. Machine learning, artificial intelligence. If you learn, this is how the world is moving to. So if you want to get something new, learn those technologies, because life is changing, things are changing, technology also is changing. So learn where the technology are moving, where the world is moving. If you move there, you will get something. But saying that, no, it's not possible. Maybe the whole way to do things is going to change. But new technology today is also changing the way the world are moving. Today, you can see that even here in the UK, you can see that there are some, if you go to the airport from Gatwick, if you go to Gatwick Airport, North Terminal and South Terminal, we have a train there. There's no driver. It's doing 24 hours, bringing passengers from North Terminal to South Terminal to North Terminal. So no driver. This is technology. So we don't need to hire. So all this technology, and then I say, okay, we don't need a driver to do that. The driver is not getting a job. But what happened? Look, when the train is broke down and then the train cannot move, who's going to fix that? It's those who learn that technology that are going to fix. So if you learn how to fix it, you'll get a job. If you learn the technology inside this train who is doing 24 hours north and south and north, you'll get a job. So this is how the world is moving. This is what, and then Mr. Ash understand this fully. That's what, based on those technology, is building also this ecosystem. So the ecosystem is going to change also the world. It's going to change our world that we are living in, because it's doing it based on what is missing, because there's a lot in the world. There are so many things we have now, but what is missing in those key technologies, that's what Mr. Ash is building now. Because when, for example, of our OConnect, we had OConnect. There are some technologies that inside OConnect that so many great companies we're doing, where we're doing even web conferences, so many tools that we're using, meeting. I can have maybe 3 or 4 meetings a day using technology for meeting. But there are so many things that OConnect has, that so many technology, and the giant company, they don't have it. They have a basic, we can see each other, we can talk. But how can they have so many in technology that other giants don't have it? So this is what Mr. Ash is bringing. So the technology that is adding to what existing, that's what is important. So this is what people should see as an impact, the positive impact that is going to bring. So many add, and then so many new things that is going to add to the recent technology that we have. So when we talk about new recent technology, it's not only artificial intelligence. So that imagination, that engineering that Mr. Ash is inventing and added to it, that's the plus that we should learn, and then we should see it. So like we all saying, we don't need to be a techie or a big savvy to be successful in with this great company that Mr. Ash is doing. So what you need to do is to be active, like Michael was saying earlier. You have to be active. You have to be in, learn how we do things, and then you'll be successful. But what we need to understand that we are working based on the new technology, and then all the issues coming around the technology is aware of that, and then is addressing all those technology. This is the issue that we need to also understand, that Mr. Ash is fully also aware of that, and then you will go to that. The many thing, the world are talking about, the global issues, that the only thing they are talking is the data privacy and the data protection, and then Mr. Ash addressing that issue. I'm glad I saw it, and then I know that it's a great thing that, and then it's going to change this great company. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Vincent. Thanks. That was really great, Vincent. Thank you for bringing that. You know, we don't have to be scared of technology. We have to embrace technology, because the world, that's where the direction that the world is going. You know, we move from one stage to the other, from agricultural age. We move to industrial age. There was nothing. People were still working in the factory and stuff. The robot came in to help to do the repetitive job, because at the end of the day, we have to fatigue. Based on the growing number of people who are living on this planet Earth, you need technology to assist for fast movement, fast business transaction and stuff. And that is exactly where we are going. But how we make things easy, that is where we are going. And, you know, this company is there to make our life easy, like Mike Ellis said. It is just there for you to embrace it, grab it, and see what this company can do for you. Mary, do you have anything to say? Chris Johnson, do you have anything to say? So, yeah, so the topic today, we talk about building a clean and ethical technology for the next generation. You know, Ash is building technology, today's technology for tomorrow generation. So it's not only about ourselves, our generation, he is looking, you know, far beyond what we are seeing to say, how do we make life better? He said, I want to leave this world in a better place than I came into it. And the only way is to build technology that will cater for the generation after we are gone. One, the technology must be accessible. It must be inclusive. It must be ethical. Avoid exploitation. So the technology must avoid exploitation of others. There must be transparency, simplicity, taking complexity of a technology, make it so easy for people to use. I think that is where we come to the end of the edition of OTECH Pros. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time. Don't forget Heroes tomorrow, again with another amazing topic with, and I'm sure all these guys here on this panel will be there because it will be fireworks. So see you in 2 weeks' time. Mino.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
all.
also, I was going to wish you everybody happy Ramadan and happy March 1st. And let's look forward to the spring for that hemisphere part of the world that the spring is coming. Looking forward for a new dawn, new opportunities. And